295 innocent Americans have been killed due to the death penalty being enforced by the United States. Kentucky is one of the states that still employs this option for the death penalty. Innocent people are dying at the hands of the government, and we can stop this. In my life, I've heard stories and read about countless innocent Americans dying for crimes that they didn't commit. After my research, it has become even more apparent to me just how necessary it is that we end its use. In Kentucky, the death penalty is still legal and must be removed. As Kentuckians, we need to ban the death penalty. And when we do this, Kentucky will be a safer and more free place. To begin, the death penalty is not a suitable option for Kentucky. This is because 5% of Americans sentenced to death are later found innocent. One of these innocent Americans was Cameron Todd Willingham. In this photo, you see Cameron, his wife, his two one-year-old twins, and his 2-year-old daughter. According to a site called Montana Innocence Project, the following story is told about Cameron. A man named Cameron Todd Willingham was incorrectly sentenced to death. In 1991, Cameron's home in Texas burned down, taking with it Cameron's 1-year-old twins and 2-year-old daughter. While the house was burning, Cameron did all he could to save them, but couldn't do it. After losing his 3 daughters, Cameron then had to face a court convicting him of murdering them. Cameron was wrongfully convicted of triple homicide, spending 12 years on death row before he was killed in 2004. After his death, only 1 year later, in 2005, further research concluded that all scientific evidence of the murders were invalid. His wife now lives with the loss of 3 daughters and a husband due to an insufficient penalty. Some people may argue that all these criminals deserve his death. However, the death penalty isn't a harsh enough punishment for those who already have no desire to live. Many of these criminals sentenced to death already have no will to live, and we are doing them a favor. An example of this is seen when a man named Michael Pissarro, who killed his daughter, according to ABC News, requested to die. Michael said that he does not see the death penalty as a punishment, but rather an escape from punishment. Instead of killing these evil people, a valid punishment would be solitary confinement with no human interaction other than being given meals for the rest of their lives. Furthermore, in Christianity, one of the 10 commandments is thou shalt not kill. In a country whose majority is made up of Christians, even though we may not be killing these criminals directly, we let it happen, and this goes against what God specifies that Christians should not do. Now that you know why the death penalty should be removed, I will provide you with what we can do to stop it. Secondly, the solution to all of these previously stated problems would be ending the death penalty in Kentucky. Making more requirements to receive the death penalty will still result in some false accusations, so why not just end it all to ensure that none are made? According to deathpenaltyinfo.org, West Virginia, one of the 23 states with no death penalty, stopped sentencing people to death and instead gives life in prison. This ensures that no innocent person is killed. To end the use of the death penalty in Kentucky, legislators must agree in majority to ban its use. Kentucky is referred to as a commonwealth, meaning we as a state fight for the common good. How does killing innocent members of our society result in the common good? It doesn't. In fact, it does the opposite. It ruins families and communities, so we must stop using the death penalty. Lastly, many benefits come with taking away the option of the death penalty. On the other hand, there will continue to be countless negatives if we continue using it. If we stop using the death penalty, we will be saving the lives of hundreds, maybe thousands of innocent Americans. When you take action to stop the use of the death penalty, you are responsible for saving the lives of those who could have been wrongfully accused. America is also known as the land of the free. However, nothing is free about being killed as an innocent person. If we don't stop using the death penalty, we will continue being hypocrites and ruining the lives of innocent people. We are killing people as a punishment for them killing others. So how does this make us any better than the people we are killing? Also, even if people are found innocent before being killed, they have already lost years of their lives and many go back home to nothing. The average amount of time spent on death row before execution, according to Statista.com, is 227 months, or almost 19 years. So, even if someone is eventually found innocent and gets to go home, they have nothing left waiting for them. No job, no relationships, and no money. The government is taking these people's lives away from them. Now, imagine if your mother was killed while you were only a teenager, leaving you with no one to look up to for care for the rest of your life. For the 6 children of Melissa Lucio, this is reality. In an article published by InnocenceProject.org, it is stated that Melissa was wrongfully accused of murder and spent 13 years on death row before she was killed. This left her 6 children with no mother to raise them for the rest of their life. These cases are seen one after another, all due to the death penalty still being enforced. This penalty must stop being used now, and we are responsible for this change. It is time that we, like so many other states, step up and stop this horrible enforcement. The death penalty clearly needs to stop being used in Kentucky. To do this, the state must stop the use of it. This will lead to a safe and free environment. So go out and contact your legislators about ending the use of the death penalty. To find who your legislator is, go to the site house.gov and enter your zip code. If you live in the zip code 40324, your legislator is Andy Barr. Next, send them a letter or email requesting that they sign as a co-sponsor on any bills ending the use of the death penalty. You can also sign a petition to end the death penalty across America. Just search "petition to stop the death penalty" and it will be the first link. I hope that you have seen how necessary it is that we stop the use of the death penalty in Kentucky and use the opportunities I have given you to make a change in your community.